Buckle up, it's the Insurance Dudes Podcast.
Boom! That's how we go into it.
Yeah,
That's perfect.
I think if people saw the lead up to before we boomed,
They
I
would
don't
be
know
like,
what they
"What?" Yeah.
they
True.
would have turned it off even quicker than they do now.
Joshua
Already
Stevens,
tuned
what's
out.
up, my man?
Just trying to sell some insurance.
Nice.
Everybody's
Wow.
favorite thing.
I'm excited
But-
about this one.
Yeah, Yeah, before we
Yes.
dive in,
Before.
why don't we hit a round of speed breakers?
Yeah.
You
Little
ready for some speed?
icebreaker
icebreaker?
to get to know you a little better.
Let's go.
Okay,
Let's go.
It's the
First thing that comes to mind.
First thing that comes to mind, and you got to go quick. You only have 2 seconds, or I'll move to the next one.
Oh,
Are
okay.
you ready? Yeah. No
Probably
thinking.
not, but
You ready?
I love it.
All right, here we go. Speed breakers. Ever had a mullet?
no. Oh,
First
that's a
crush.
lie. I have.
Yes. Perfect. First crush.
Brittany in the 3rd grade.
Most
Nice.
embarrassing thing your mom caught you doing?
That's a stump.
Probably
So-
like in a lie.
Fastest speed you've ever driven?
130 miles per hour.
Ooh, that's about
Ooh.
where I was. Favorite cereal?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Nice.
Good one.
That's
How
fine.
many kids
2.
have you made cry? You got to wait till the end of the question, please.
Say that one again.
How many kids have you made cry?
Oh, 2.
2. Good. Count Chocula or Count Dracula?
Dracula.
Fastest mile.
Fastest mile. 7 minutes.
Nice.
Nice. Favorite flavor?
Chocolate.
Good answer.
Or
Dogs
peanut
or
butter.
cats?
Peanut butter. It's peanut
Huh.
butter.
There
Peanut
you
butter.
go.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
We're almost there. Tacos or burritos?
Burritos.
And leading up to next week, Trump or Biden? You don't have to answer that one. So
I'm going to go ahead and plead the fifth on that one.
Pass. You did really well on Speed Breaker. So Joshua Stevens, welcome to the Insurance Dudes. So you are a partner at is this right? AFL Financial? No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Firefly. Agency.
Technically, I'm the only active partner. I have a couple of silent partners, but
Self partner. Love it. So
Yep.
And then I see Modern Woodsman of America.
yeah, that was a while ago.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep,
Well,
that was
you know, we dig up
that's
some
where I
details.
cut my teeth in the insurance business.
Awesome. So why don't you tell us how you got into insurance, where you came from? Go back to the beginning.
All right. I came into insurance, I guess you'd say, like through a series of unfortunate events.
Like us all.
I was when I was a little bit younger, but still technically an adult. Going all the way back to childhood, I didn't know what kind of business I wanted to own, but it was whenever anyone asked, I was like, I just know that I don't want to have a real boss.
Yeah.
And so the first opportunity that that presented itself to me to own a business, it's like, I'm a smart guy, I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And made literally every mistake that you can make in a business. And when I finally decided to tuck my tail and get out of there, my wife was like, "You need to go get a real job for a while."
Yeah.
And I found the opportunity with Modern Woodman, which you mentioned, which they're a fraternal life insurance company.
Okay.
And
What does that mean?
a fraternal? I mean,
Yeah.
they have not-for-profit status.
Okay.
It's and they're so mutuals are essentially like stock companies, fraternals,
Mhm.
or not for profits for the benefit of the members.
Got it.
And so
I knew that. I just needed
Right.
to make
He was asking.
I was checking for Craig because Craig didn't.
gotcha.
I was going to ask, just in case Jason doesn't know what that is. Then,
Yep.
yeah.
And there was some interesting like language differences there too. Like it was very you did not use the word policy. Everything, it was certificates.
Weird.
They weren't clients; they were members.
Okay.
But it was, I mean, it was a great organization, and I learned a lot about the life insurance business, and
Was
just
it exciting right out of the gate for you?
Oh, absolutely.
Nice.
And
You had some good mentors over there?
I did. Especially because they also had a broker-dealer side of the business, which was really interesting to me. So I got to learn the security side of the business also.
Nice.
But when I decided that was what I was going to do, my wife affectionately said, I told you to get a job, and you went and got a commission-only job. I'm like,
yeah.
You did not clarify that I had to go get a 9-to-5 salary job. You just get a job. So I did.
Nice. Right. Without a paycheck, right? She's thinking.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And of course they had, I think, like guarantees, which were just draws on future income.
Yeah.
But luckily I had success, relatively speaking, pretty quick out of the gate. But as you know, like the life insurance, where one big thing where the life insurance side is much different than property and casualty is the upfront pay is better, but
oh yeah,
the residual is like little to none.
right.
And that was one of the many things that enticed me on the property and casualty side to make that switch. And so I was with them for exactly 2 years.
Okay.
And another one of those moments where my wife was like, really? Was
you put in 2 years, and
I put in 2 years, and I made the switch. And when I made the switch, I didn't go to work for another agency. It's like, no, I'm just going to start one, just do it myself. And I did that when our youngest daughter was 2 or 3 weeks old.
Oh, perfect timing. You're not getting sleep. Your wife
Not
needs help
getting
with
sleep.
the house, and now you're going to start a new career over again.
Yes. I was like, it's like I've been doing this for a couple of years. And of course that was like actual naive thinking, because it was how different can it be than life?
Yeah.
If anything, life's harder. It didn't take long for me to realize how wrong I was about that.
Yeah. Life and P&C are definitely, I mean, they're both difficult. They're two different beasts. And patience is a huge one with life. So that is interesting, because usually people start with P&C and then go to life or something like that. So going from life to P&C, this is an interesting story because you don't hear it so often. So,
yes, it is one of the things I've found fascinating, just having conversations with people and with different experiences throughout insurances. I mean, you come across several people that are licensed in both. They were heavily lean towards one or the other, and that's typically the way that's always leaned. Like, it's either I've always done PNC and I've got a life license, so that I can cross sell and that type of thing, or it's vice versa. And whichever side that you are firmly on is like the natural inclination is the other side is way more difficult than what you do. Like it's fascinating, like to talk to PNC people that are like, oh God, like I can't imagine doing like straight life. And it's like people on the life side, like, and typically people that are like much more heavy on the life side, rarely, if ever, are actually even deal in property and casualty.
Right.
From what I've like experienced.
Yeah.
And they
the
just naturally think it's very difficult.
Yeah, PNC side is like the peasants, right? It's like the looked at like the blue collar workers of the.
It was actually like from the before I was in PNC at all, like the what I found was among people like in the life business, like was more times than not, it was respectful of the property and casualty, because they just believe that like it's far more complicated than my simple brain can manage. Like way more moving parts, which there are more moving parts, but it's just like anything else. The more you do it, the more comfortable you get.
Yep. And maybe that's the difference, right? Is that if they're so different, like one, a PNC, you have to move fast to be able to produce the numbers that make sense. And life takes a lot longer, and it's patience, and you get bigger payoff, and it's just two different mindsets. So if you're looking from either direction, the other one seems insane because
yes. They're two completely different sell cycles.
Yeah. Yep. That's crazy.
And it's and so like, and what I tend to think of it as like PNC is difficult because like there are more moving parts to the policies. There like it's there can be more than one claim over the life of this policy.
That's true. Yeah.
And for several different things.
Right.
And people want it quick. Like it's like they make up their mind. They want to see if they can save money. They want it to be done like yesterday.
Yep.
And with life, it's it's a longer sell cycle, and that's not just like the upfront sell, because you've got to sell it to the prospect, and then you've got to sell it to the underwriter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, and then from a market, so you left there, and you're doing. Did you start at scratch? Like you just started from the ground up again?
Yeah. So officially, so like I started my agency, and I within my agency, I got some life appointments through like an FMO, and I got some health carrier appointments. Had never like really done health, but I'd gotten enough like questions from prospects and clients about it. And I was like, there's a market there. So like I started, and at the time in South Carolina, we only had one carrier still offering ACA in the state. This year we're going to have 4. And so it's gotten like 4 times as complicated in the last 2 years for health. But I was partnering with another PNC agency initially for the little bit of property and casualty business that I was actually doing. Again, because I found that like it's more than just like passing the test. That was one thing with the life licensing. I felt like actually passing the exam, like, okay, I know everything I need to know to be able to have the conversation with someone. And be able to explain the differences and the different types of policies and options and that type of stuff. And it was just a matter of being able to learn how to quote, apply, and all that type of stuff. And with property and casualty, it is much more like study to take the exam so they give you a license, and then you can go and learn how to do this. And so I found pretty quickly that I don't know enough to be fast enough to be ultra competitive, and I didn't know how to get appointments. So I partnered up with the other agency. Still was not doing a ton of property and casualty. Kind of flipped that switch to actually do it in-house. Really just what are we, October, like about 8 months ago. And so it's really only that what I would consider my time actually focused on property and casualty has only been for a short period of time.
Okay.
I had a 2-year learning period, and then I've really kind of been attacking it for the past, we'll say, year.
What have you learned? What were some of the big mind-opening things that you've experienced with that? Now being involved in that.
It much more suits my the way that I operate, especially commercial. I much prefer commercial to personal lines. I have a CSR that I try to push all personal lines to her, because I strive in solving problems, and the more complicated the better. And so with commercial, it gives me a chance to actually use my brain a little bit, and it's not as okay, yeah, you've got a home, how old's the roof?
Right.
You have a pool, trampoline,
Mundane.
that type of thing. Yeah, it's the same thing, just rinse and repeat. But I mean, even with commercial, two different businesses in the exact same industry are going to be vastly different. And so it's a lot more in-depth conversations, getting to know who the prospect is, and piecing it all together.
Yeah, commercial policies are they're such a beast to compare with the
Absolutely.
standard auto or home policy, and there's so much to it, and you have to have relationships with multiple carriers because there's so many different risks. What can seem like the same risk can be completely different, just based on all the different I mean, because everybody's business is different.
Just one thing, one thing can completely change the outlook of a business to an underwriter.
Yep.
What as an example, I do a lot of garages, auto garages, and
okay.
You take one that even touches motorcycles, we're talking about a completely different type of business.
Really?
From a carrier standpoint.
Do they see that as a higher risk, adding motorcycles? Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely.
Crazy.
A lot of them see garages working on motorcycles the same as they see them working on 18-wheelers.
Oh.
It's almost no differentiation between those two things.
That's crazy.
And that's just I need to I feel like have mental stimulation throughout the day. And if I were just like sitting here like processing like home auto umbrellas, like I'd lose my mind.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Still
it is.
do,
It's,
though.
it's almost like a puzzle, right? Each business is so unique. I mean, just like I can run everybody thinks insurance is the same, right? But even one P&C office can run so differently than the next. And with business insurance, it's all different. There's not two that run the exact same, right?
Yes.
To be continue.
Hey, Jason.
Yes, Mr. Craig.
That was another awesome episode, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if people want to get a little bit more action and learn how to do write 100,000 in premium
Yes.
off of even the worst internet leads, where could they go?
They can go to live.teledudes.com.
Ooh, that sounds exciting. Are we going to be there?
Yes, it's a weekly call that we're doing right now it's live, and it will show you the process. The entire process is super awesome.
I love it. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Sign up right now, live.teledudes.com.
Live.teledudes.com. That's live.teledudes.com.
Hey, Craig, there's a new community that we are starting that I cannot wait to tell everybody about. It is our live texting community where you and I are going to answer people's questions and give them free content, right?
Are you kidding me? We get
Yep.
to talk to them?
Yeah, which is awesome, but they have to opt in. They have to text us at 520-214-2219. That's 520-214-2219.
Nice. I'm
Craig, are
text
you going to
now.
respond to these texts?
I'm going to respond to them for sure. Live.
I'm into it too. It's going to be
Well-
awesome. And it's going to be our new texting community where we're going to get back to everybody that we can and drop some crazy content, free content, and free the calculator that you just came up with. That's right. The calling calculator, sales material. I mean, everything for insurance agents. This is it. It's the best texting community out there for insurance agents.
Well, what the heck is that number again? I can't remember it.
It's 520-214-2219. That's
Okay.
520-214-2219.
I love it. I'm going to text it right now.
520-214-2219.
All right. I'll see you later, Mr. Jason.
Bye, Mr. Craig.
Wait, do they even listen to this on the radio anymore?
I love it. I love it.
Nice.
All
right.